Hello, everyone. I'm Sign1News anchor Vanessa Paloma Bajarnik. Here's a quick look at the top trending stories making headlines today. If you post an interesting comment during this update, we may add it at the bottom of the screen. We do want to warn you. Some of the images in this story are graphic and may be disturbing to some viewers. Massive explosions ripped through the last stronghold of Ukrainian resistance in Mariupol, Ukraine. That's where hundreds of civilians and about 30 children remain trapped, waiting to be rescued. Bodies lie strewn across the pavement in the city of Avdiivka, killed while waiting for a bus. And while Russian forces carry out relentless attacks in the eastern part of Ukraine, the Pentagon says Russia is now also focusing on destroying Ukraine's ability to restock military equipment and supplies in the West. Earlier this week, the Boston Supreme Court ruled the state violated the First Amendment by preventing a group from raising a Christian flag on a city flagpole outside City Hall. The court ruled that because other groups were allowed to raise flags, the city could not discriminate against the religious group. Now the Satanic Temple of Massachusetts wants Boston to fly its flag for Satanic Appreciation Week, July 23rd through July 29th. A spokesperson for Boston's mayor said officials are now carefully reviewing the court's ruling and its influence on future programs. The Satanic Temple did not respond to a request for comment. Shocking new details are emerging in the manhunt for an Alabama inmate accused of murder and the corrections officer who allegedly helped him escape. Authorities now believe that the officer, Vicky White, not only helped Casey White escape, but that the two had been in a secret romantic relationship for over 2 years. They share the same last name, but they are not related. Investigators have learned Vicky gave Casey more special privileges than other inmates, and they may have been planning the escape for a long time. Vicky sold her house 2 weeks ago, ditched the patrol car the two escaped in, and the two jumped in a used SUV Vicky bought prior to the escape. A federal judge has dismissed the lawsuit against actor Alec Baldwin. In 2021, Baldwin donated $5,000 to the sister of a Marine who had been killed in a suicide bombing in Afghanistan. But he later found out the sister participated in a demonstration in Washington, D.C. protest just before the violent clash at the U.S. Capitol on January 6th. The sister was not arrested or charged. But Baldwin began messaging the sister on Instagram. He said things like, "Your activities resulted in the unlawful destruction of government property, the death of a law enforcement officer, and an assault on the certification of the presidential election." The woman sued for defamation and negligence. Even though the judge dismissed the case, a family attorney said they plan to refile the lawsuit in another jurisdiction. The CDC says the threat from the COVID-19 virus is starting to rise again. Officials at Johns Hopkins University say the U.S. is averaging nearly 58,000 new COVID-19 cases per day. That's roughly a 10% hike from the week before. The Department of Health and Human Services says hospitalizations have gone up in 26 states over the past 7 days, primarily in the eastern half of the country. And the CDC predicts more than 10,000 additional COVID-19 deaths before May 28th. Elon Musk says after his $44 billion deal to buy Twitter goes through, he may start charging fees. He said the fee will be small and only apply to commercial and government users, not everyday people. Musk says he wants the social media platform to better promote free speech. But Musk has a history of being mysterious about his intentions. He recently tweeted he wants to remove the W from the Twitter name and that he is buying Coca-Cola to put cocaine back in. Those were obviously jokes. And if you take a look outside right before dawn this week, you might spot a meteor. The Eta Aquarides meteor shower is very active right now. The American Meteor Society says there were several meteors whizzing by around 12 a.m. on Thursday. But it should still be visible on Friday as well. These meteors are debris from Halley's Comet, which are only visible to Earth every 76 years. NASA says the meteors travel 148,000 miles per hour. And they produce glowing trains that remain in the sky for several seconds. Wow. Sign1News will be broadcasting updates Monday through Friday. Then this Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, join us for a live panel of diverse guests to discuss the hot topics of the week. A big thank you to our Sign1News app supporters. You help make this broadcast happen. You can download the Sign1News app by heading to the App Store or Google Play Store on your smartphone. You can also watch on Apple TV, Amazon, and Roku. Goodbye.